So you want to know what the top 10 reasons to move to Decatur, Alabama is? Well, in today's video, we're going to be going into just that. My name is Richard Graham. I'm an agent with Dean's List Realty in Decatur, Alabama. If you want to know what it's like to eat, sleep, work, play, live here in the Decatur and North Alabama area, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. We upload a new video every week you don't want to miss. So going right into the list, number one on the list. This one's going to be a little polarized and we're going to get political right off the bat. This is a very red area, very red state. If you are a conservative Republican, you're going to love this area. For me, I definitely like it over here. Decatur especially, you're looking at 73% Republican. And so, for me, coming from a military background, the different cities that I lived in the area were very blue. I mean, Hawaii, extremely blue state. Alexandria, Virginia, DC area, very blue. So coming here, and over there, you felt like the minority. It was, you felt like you were the crazy one, that there's something wrong with you, like you were the problem. And it just felt like kind of, at least politically speaking, everyone was against you. Over here in this area, it felt like a completely different world over here. We've got all the benefits of a red-friendly state. Just look at it. We've got tons of businesses moving to our area because of our reasonable tax laws and business-friendly state. They're not fleeing us, they're coming to us. So that is a huge, huge plus. Now, if you are blue, and I don't got anything wrong with that, okay? I've got friends, good friends across all different sides of the political spectrum. But, you may feel the flip side of that, where you're on that minority over here in Decatur. People are going to operate off the assumption that you're probably Republican leaning. You're going to be in that kind of culture and environment. And that may really bother you. So there's other cities that are way more blended. Huntsville, Madison, you're looking at way more blended over there, leaning more blue as beginning to. So those may be areas that you feel more comfortable in. Now, I'm not telling you where you to live. I've got good friends everywhere, and it's just, you're going to be more in the minority. And if you are red Republican, you want to be in the majority over here, especially Decatur, this area, this is going to be an area that you are going to find appealing because of that. All right, so hopefully I didn't scare all of you off, but number two on the list is going to be weather. I like the warm weather here. I think it's a huge plus. Now, I may be weird here. I know I'm very young, but I look ahead. I plan ahead. I'm looking at my grandparents right now. I've got one set that's moved over here to, well, not Decatur, but to the Alabama area. And actually way more southern Alabama, but they like the warm weather. They used to be West Coast. They like the warm weather here. They like not having to go out and shovel snow. They like not being cold all the time. There's advantages. You see a lot of people relocating, in retirement over to these warmer climates. Before we get to the next one on the list, if you are seriously thinking about relocating or moving here to the Decatur or anywhere else in the Huntsville, Madison, Athens, Madison County, Limestone County, North Alabama area, anywhere in this area, our team would love the opportunity to help you. I'm a transplant to the area myself. I was military family and moved all the time. My personal story is all about, was looking for that place that could feel connected to the community and get plugged in. Because when you move a lot, where is home? It's hard to feel that sense of home. I want to help you find a place where you can feel that sense of home and that sense of belonging, at least have that good opportunity too. So if you're thinking of relocating to the area, shoot me a text, give us a call, give us an email, comment in the video below. We'd be happy to help set up a time to talk with you and find you that place to call home. Whether you're looking at moving the next 30 days or maybe it's a year or two out, you're in the early research area, connects, that's our job. We want to help you. That's what this whole channel is about. All right, so number three on the list, cost of living. Now, I did a whole video on the cost of living in Decatur, Alabama. I'm not going to rehash all of it, but cost of living is a huge plus over here. When you're looking at Madison and Huntsville and home prices, and the price of everything over there is a little bit higher than over here in Decatur, where you are seeing a reasonable cost of living. And you're not so far out in the middle of nowhere that you have no city amenities and employment is hard. No, here in Decatur, not only do you have a nice reasonable cost of living, home prices, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck, you've got plentiful job opportunities in the city and nearby. and you've got all the city conveniences. You've got the hospitals nearby. If you are a nursing or doctor, anything in the medical field, you've got lots going on in the school system. I've got lots of friends who are teachers, lots of employment opportunities there. If you're a manufacturer and you want to break into that field, there are tons and tons of manufacturing and plant jobs here in the area that pay really well. That they are major sources of employment here for the Decatur area. And then you're still not very far from, going out further towards Athens, towards Huntsville, towards Madison, but there is plentiful job opportunities and a good cost of living. So you're going to be able to have that better quality of life for what you're making and your commute. It's just a nice little hub over here. Definitely see that as a huge plus for Decatur and why I talk about it so much. Number 4 on the list is there's a lot of nature trails nearby. Now, I like free nature trails, different things that you can call some friends, you can get a little group together, or you can go on your own and just enjoy what this beautiful state has to offer. A lot of these nature trails, they're very nearby. Some of the ones, a lot of the ones we're going to talk about are going to be in Huntsville, Madison, but there is a lot here in the area that are quick and easy to get to. You have Rainbow Mountain nearby in Huntsville. I've gone there many times with different groups. It's a fun trail to really, I tend to go with friends and we'll talk, and it can be a little bit challenging. It can be rocky. It's more than it sounds like it's going to be. You have Green Mountain. That one will always hold a special place in my heart because that is where I proposed to my wife. I have tons of good memories there. You have some trails over in Florence, because Florence isn't that bad to get to, and some of the beautiful trails there by Bankhead are definitely worth checking out. But if you are outdoorsy, if you like nature, there's just a lot of different trails in the area. I'm going to post, you can look through here at just how many different sites there are to see. My brother, before he went to the military, just how many different, he had, he would find all the good trails nearby and he'd be like, let's go here. I'd be like, okay, let's go. That sounds cool. I was always amazed, like, wow, I didn't know that we had these cool little waterfalls here, these rocks that you could climb, these little caves, these rivers and beautiful trees and all of the nature it has to offer here. It's not the West Coast, it's not Oregon, Washington, but this area does have a lot of beauty in it too, and definitely give it a check it out, and see for yourself. On the list, if you have little ones, little kids, there is tons to do here for kids in the area. So you have the Point Mallard Water Park. That is a very popular attraction. Lots of kids like that. There's lots of activities there during the summer. They have different events going on. Popular attraction. Lots of kids like that. There's lots of activities there during the summer. They have different events going on. We just had the Hot Air Jubilee Festival there at the Point Mallard Park, and I saw tons of families with little kids running around and playing. When I was younger, I would have absolutely loved that. And then you have the cool hot air balloons, and just, it can be a really fun family activity. Now, if you don't have kids, obviously you can go to these things too. They're fun. But for little ones, there's just a lot of wonder here in the area. You have the Cook Museum of Natural Science, which is a real pride and joy here of Decatur that they picked this area for the museum. We have people coming from all over the state and then other states coming to visit this wonderful museum that we have. Tons of different school groups will go through, and it's good stuff. Me and my wife went, and man, we spent hours there, and definitely want to go back again. Just even as adults, there's just so much to learn, so much to enjoy there. But there are lots of fun activities here. The Delano Park Splash Pad. You've got an ice cream shop that Kaleidoscopes that I've enjoyed as an adult, but they have different things sometimes with our old homeschool group used to meet there, and we would they meet there every so often, and they had a little area there that we would have game days and play there. But there's just lots of different activities here in the area that kids will definitely enjoy. And then you're still very close to all the educational activities in Huntsville and Madison, such as the Space and Rocket Center. So there's just, it's really great. Whether you have kids or you're an adult, there's just a lot going on, but kids are gonna like this too. 6 on the list is Decatur is this nice balance of it's not so big that you're never going to meet the same person twice, where you're never going to get to know anyone. That's what it felt like in Alexander, Virginia, is it was such a big city, so many people. You were in a city full of people and you felt alone. The opposite end of that spectrum is if you're in a real rural town where if you weren't born and raised there and your parents and grandparents were born and raised there and all your cousins are there, you are an outsider and it feels like you'll never be accepted. Been in areas like that where it just always felt like you're the outsider. Decatur is not so small where you're bumping into that issue. It's not so big where you never see anyone twice. It's this nice kind of happy balance, happy median. Especially when you get plugged into the area, you have a high chance of bumping into people at the grocery store that you know, having those pleasant conversations. I enjoy that. I'm an extrovert. I like seeing people out and about. I love those conversations, and I love going to a place and wondering who, to an event here in town going, I wonder who I know that I'm going to see here today. That's just, for me as an extrovert, that's wonderful. It helps breed that sense of belonging in your community. And that's just very key to me. I definitely consider that a plus. All right, so number 6, there's a lot of public spaces and free or very affordable events that you can go to. And, I covered some of these things before in different videos, like top 10 things to do in Decatur, Alabama, but going through it, you've got your parks here nearby. You've got Delano Park, which is a great area to go check out. You have your Wilson Morgan Park. That's got a nice little walking trail. Me and my wife have walked there quite a few times just on little dates. And you've got the beautiful water there. You've got the ducks and geese walking around. You have a little tennis court people play at, and just a lot of activities going on right there. You have different sports that'll be played over there, and so it's fun to see all the community events going on there, things happening. And it's a nice little loop to walk around, although there are parts of that loop where sometimes a year is very buggy and it's all these gnats you bump into. Only downside I really don't like is those little sections, but otherwise a great park. And then you also have Rhodes Ferry. Rhodes Ferry doesn't have a ton going on, but you will have different groups that meet out there and do different activities now and then. My favorite part is they've got some benches overlooking the water. You've got the train that goes by sometimes, which is fun to watch. And at sunset, it's just beautiful. You see the river, the bridge. It's just peaceful. I enjoy that little area there. You can walk around. If you really want to go for a walk, you can, we've gone there and walked quite a bit around town there in the city, just looking around. But lots of public spaces, events you can do. And I like those kind of free activities because everything be expensive. So it's nice to be able to have good fun and not breaking the bank on it. Number 8 on the list, and we've talked about before, but we do have the National Wheeler Wildlife Refuge. And this is a big plus for Decatur. If you look at any list talking things to do in Decatur or tell me about Decatur, that is going to come up, that Wildlife Refuge. Even if you don't decide to end up moving here, go visit there at least once. I love it when the blue herrings are there. It's beautiful. They have observatory, different trails you can walk around there. It's really nice having these different bird sanctuaries and preserves over here. So big plus. At least go check it out. Again, educational for kids will enjoy, or as an adult you enjoy as well, as a good educational experience and get to see these different wonders of nature. Number 9 on the list is there are a lot of great artisan boutique coffee shops here in Decatur. My 2 favorites are Java J's Cafe, where they have great coffee and lots of food items you can order from. I love their chicken salad scoops and sandwiches. That's my favorite go-to thing when I'm there. And they have they're a very welcoming space. They have tons of different groups that would meet there. I know they have, I'm a part of Speaking Easy Toastmasters group that meets there every first and third Mondays of the month. They have had in the past, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they had a wood whittlers group that met there. They had a quilting group that met there. They have a knitters group that meets there. Just tons of different groups that will meet there. You have students that will study and have things, but it's a great space that has lots of, it's a great space for you to invite some friends to have your own little group or join a different activity that's going on there, a different group. But I love these third spaces between work and home. And Java J's has a very friendly staff and a great environment. You also have High Points there in downtown Decatur. Different vibe. But they are also still very welcoming. They have great staff, great coffee. They have different pastries that are like artisan pastries from people in the area. That is fun and tastes great. And then they have this puzzle area there that I get distracted when I go there because I see a puzzle, I got to finish the puzzle. So that can be a fun way to get involved in the area and start talking to people over love of a hobby there. I don't know if they still have it, but they had a Nintendo 64 game station there that was fun to just play. I've played with just strangers on there, and that's a fun way to mingle. And then both of these places, they make their coffee shops available to book after hours or for special events that you can have, different get-togethers or parties or corporate events, different activities going on there that they're happy to work with and host. And I do love that aspect of a small business, is that you can develop those relationships with them and do those different things. But you also have the downtown hub of Decatur that is really being revitalized. Lots of different boutique shops there that you can walk around and see. You've got Bank Street as well. So I love the kind of boutique downtown areas. It's not super crowded. Now, Third Fridays will get busy, but it's not so crowded that you can't feel like you can really see anything. But it's fun to go there and browse and walk around. And there's a lot of good restaurants in the area too. Number 10 on the list, finishing this off, is Decatur has a great heart, and there's lots of different volunteer groups that you can be a part of, that you can help those who are in need. We have Hands Across Decatur, which is, their mission is put themselves out of the business, but they are helping the homeless in the community and being a resource there. You have the NCC, CCC. This is the Bible Belt. You have a lot of churches that will have different things for helping those in need in the community, but you have lots of church activities you can get plugged into, or there is also lots of secular activity as well. I love that there is a balance of the two, that it's not just all one or the other, but you have different things, good secular groups that you can be part of as well. Our Morgan County Association of Realtors, we try to partner with different groups giving back to the community who are helping those in need. Everyone from little kids to the elderly and all those needs in between. Just people who are at that hard point in life. Decatur has a great heart for helping. And if you are curious on what kind of ways you can give to the area or different ways that you can volunteer, I'd be happy to help direct you to some different avenues that you can give time or resources to, and just get plugged in that way. But that's a great way to. I like seeing cities that take care of those who are in need, and that comes from the people of the city, and this area has a great heart for that. Definitely a big plus, and rounding off this list of top 10 today. All right, so if you are seriously thinking of relocating here to the area, for my story, part of military family, was homeschooled, so it took a while to really get plugged into an area, but I love how all that goes on in this area, all the different groups that there are here. If you're not getting plugged in, it's not because there wasn't an opportunity to, it's because you didn't want to. Since moving here, I've been plugged into the Decatur Civic Chorus because I enjoy singing. If you enjoy that, that's a great avenue. There are different community theater groups. There are car show groups. I guess that you can almost call this a bonus, number 11, but I've got friends from Florence that with classic cars that will drive down here and have their cars in the classic car things going on at the Jubilee or Third Fridays. There is just tons of ways to be connected with your fellow man, with your fellow people over here in this area. And you've got art classes that are taught there at the Carnegie Art Museum. You've got independent art classes. I know some were being taught there at Java J's, but there's just tons and tons of going on, tons of different groups. Seems like, you'll just be like, oh, I didn't know that group existed. It's been here forever. I'm part of a square dance group, and apparently there's a square dance group every night of the week in Decatur, but there is just so many different ways that you can be connected with other people, that you can get involved, and that you can have that sense of community. That I know in this digital age, it's so easy to scroll through Facebook and feel alone in a vast list, be in a crowd and feel completely alone. And this area provides so many opportunities for you to connect, and small enough where you will see people in the grocery store, and further fostering that sense of community. So let's help find you that area, whether it's here, whether it's Huntsville-Madison. There's tons going on in this whole area. Our team would be happy to help you with that. Shoot us a text, give us a call, send us an email, comment below, Let us know what you thought of this video. If there's other points that maybe pros, if you're in Decatur, different pros that we should have been mentioned, or if there's other topics that you would like us to answer, questions that you have, post them below. We'd be happy to help answer them. And until next time, you all take care. Bye.